my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I am joined with Stephen, Stepo, or Collecto6, or the Man of Mystery, the guy that's in the Witness Protection Program.
I am.
Well, you're all black. You're all wearing all black, and you look like you're in a dungeon or
I
something.
should I should uh, I should put on a different color shirt than just black all the time. It's true.
I'm just saying. Yeah. So it's cool to see you and to
Nice
have.
to see you too.
Yeah.
Is it super hot over there with you?
Yeah, it's actually really, really hot today. It's 38. I don't know what that is in
How
Fahrenheit.
much is that American?
I think that's like high 90s. I think that's high 90s. Yeah, something like that. It gets very hot here.
Well, I know that Bleecker was saying that it was super duper hot down at St. Catharines. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been hot. I mean, and the whole half of the U.S.,
Oh,
the east side.
Matt says it's 96.
Lyle says 100.
Well, Lyle raised him 100 probably. So
Well,
I don't know.
It's about 85 here today.
Oh, okay. So that's you guys. Yeah, you guys have polar bears that walk by, right?
Well, it's the Pacific Northwest.
It's, actually, that's the great thing about the Pacific. It's like, it's not cold in the winter and it's not hot in the summer. It's just kind of like always kind of nice.
Listen, I'll tell you, you go into the Pacific uh, at Oregon, and it's cold. I mean, once you numb up, why it's fine,
Okay.
but
No,
it's
I mean being on like not in the Pacific Ocean itself. I mean, but along the west coast, as I meant. I
oh
didn't
yes,
mean
we are in a temperate zone. It's very
yes.
mild here, and the it's very conducive. You know the flora we have here, the Douglas fir and
Hmm.
birch and hemlock and all the other trees that are part of the whole ecosystem of trees as far as how they go in the tree lines, which
Hmm.
come first, then comes the next, then comes the next, what have you, the root structures. But Oregon's always been about lumber and timber, but we're also about wheat and
Hmm.
we're also about beef. But
Oh, really?
wheat, grass seed, and lumber are the
I
big
would think I
things.
would think of lumber, but I'd never thought of like beef. I never.
Oh no, the Oregon beef is very good, but the other thing too is that we have excellent fruit as well up near Hood River, and but it's the only problem that we have is that now that the our fishing industry has taken it on the chin,
Oh, okay.
and it's been pretty tough. But by and large, the state has a very good economic base. But there is a lot of rain, so when it's a pretty day, we've really earned it. But boy, it's green and it's beautiful.
Oh,
So
that's nice. That's cool.
it's
Yeah.
it's nice, and I'm assuming that Ottawa is just as lovely as well. I mean, do you
It's
have a
just more
lot?
extreme. It's more extreme. So we get really, really cold winters and really, really hot summers.
Mm,
So it's like, and so you can have like a shift in temperature of maybe like from one day to the next, like where it goes from almost like being a really cold winter day to a really hot summer day, like literally overnight, like just
yeah,
for a different day. And
we
it'll be
will.
like 40-degree difference in temperature. That's
Well, depending on the
crazy.
season, because fall you'll get that. You'll
Hmm.
have a cool day. Summer started here,
Hmm.
and our first 4 days of summer was cold and rainy.
Hmm.
So it's as it goes. But all the heat that we had a little while ago has just gone all the way across the country, and it's picked up a lot of degrees getting to where you guys are, because the whole half of our country, pretty much the east part of our country, is on a heat alert.
Yeah. By the way, I just wanted to welcome everyone to the Weather Channel. I hope you
Ladies and
enjoy.
gentlemen, this weather front is coming in.
We're talking about weather on a comic channel. What the
That's
hell
all
are
right. We're
you?
just making conversation. I haven't talked to you for a while.
Yeah.
So what's the news today? Do we have any notifications to begin with?
Notifications. Okay, last time I told people, hey, you got to reach out to me and tell me if you didn't get your comics. I've been notifying my other half on the Kickstarter front, and we're getting the comics sorted out. So what happened was the he was under the misconception. that the people that were printing the books were gonna actually do the fulfillment. They failed him on that, and then he received the books. Now we're getting it sorted out. So it's just been a nightmare since day one. But hopefully the nightmare we're gonna wake from it soon, and then things will be sorted out. I don't
How
know.
long has this been now?
It's been forever. I don't know. It's been like 2 years.
Well, I mean, since the start, but when the books were there to be printed and
Um,
done, how long has it been since that point?
so the books were ready to be printed in October of last year. I think it was somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like we were waiting a bit of artwork and stuff. There was a few things that weren't finished,
So
and
when
we
were the
were
books printed?
um actually so we got kind of screwed over by the printers. So they weren't actually printed until maybe February, March of this year. So there was multiple printings, right? So there was like two printers involved. It was just like a chaotic mess. I think next time we can have all those issues sorted out at least. So the problem was like we were kind of like overlooked because there was the same printers also do all the Comic Cons, and they'll do those special San Diego Comic Con exclusives, or those kind of things, right? And so we get put down to the bottom of the list in terms of printing. So that's what happened. Like we kind of got neglected for a long time. So yeah, it's kind of frustrating. So something that should have been printed in probably November got printed like 4 months later. Do you know what I mean?
You bet.
So yeah, it was kind of a mess. But hopefully now we got that sorted out.
All right.
But so yeah, that's the news on that front. On other fronts, I'll be going to Cape Breton. So I'll be going to Cape Breton on Saturday.
And what's the
Uh,
date?
uh,
Saturday the 28th?
I guess so. Good guess. I think
No,
so.
it
That
can't.
sounds.
Saturday is the 28th. Yes.
So I'll be gone for a week, but we'll do the Monday live stream, and I'll show you highlights from Cape Breton on the Monday special next week.
Which will be the 30th.
Yeah, but if you're for the Q&A this week, I have to make sure that people give me a response by Thursday. If you're after that, I'm not going to record. Like I'm going to record the video on Thursday, so I'm literally doing it the day after.
Hmm.
So, it's going to be whatever questions get asked at that time, and
Fair
yeah,
enough.
because I want to have the video in the can before I leave. And yeah, so that's basically it. We won't have a Friday show, not this week, but next week. There will be no Friday
Which
show.
will be which is the
July 4th.
4th of July.
4th of
On the
July.
second, I go down to the coast
Mm-hmm.
because I'm always down there for the 4th to repel boarders because
Mm-hmm.
the amount of fireworks that go off at Seaside and all around the attendant area, people bring a lot of the big heavy stuff to the beach and they fire it out over the ocean, which is safe.
Okay.
And but the thing is that it is like the Battle of Lady Gulf,
Mm.
and that's it, in World War II. That was huge.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I mean, but the thing is that Seaside is down, and the foothills come down the
Mm-hmm.
coast range, and then the foothills, then they come down to the beach, and so we're sort of surrounded by these high foothills and Tillamookhet, so that when the explosions happen, they bounce off of all these hills and stuff like that, the reverberation and stuff. It
Okay.
really is quite something.
Okay, it's like sort of like a battle zone then. Okay, cool.
Like exactly a battle zone.
Okay, cool. My house has been hit by fireworks in the past. I burned my garage a little bit, like, scorched, not singed it. I shouldn't say burned.
Hmm.
It sounds more dramatic than it really was. But yeah, my neighbors were not so good at aiming their fireworks. They would aim it at my
and
garage.
that's the reason, specifically the reason I go down too, is because the professionals don't have the problem. It's the amateurs that
Hmm.
get these big mortars and stuff that, of course, here is supposedly illegal, but
Yeah.
everybody
Yeah,
everybody
that's the way it
gets.
is here too.
Yeah, I
But
mean
then they'll have
everybody
big
gets it.
fireworks stores and the whole thing. like, okay, well, nobody's following that law. So, but
Yeah, I see our friend John Harrison, who's new, says that
okay, let's
George
see.
Carlin scattered light toward morning as per George Carlin. I look at
Hmm.
the radar and I see a squadron of RC, ACBMs or, intercontinental ICBM
Hmm.
coming in, so I wouldn't sweat the thunder showers,
Yeah,
because the
yeah, yeah.
radar is picking up the rockets coming in. Rockets, it's interesting concept right now, but I won't go there.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to quickly say hi to the chat. Hi to the chat.
Hi to the chat.
Yeah, I did that slowly. That was actually the twist. I said I was going to do it quickly, then I did it
I
slowly.
see.
So
I
see, that
see.
was a bit of a oof.
You are a man of
I'm like
mystery.
it's like 440 chess with how I respond to the chat. Okay. Hi Louis V
Louis,
and hi. Wait. Oh, that was interesting. Oh no. One sec here. I highlighted instead of like I'm trying to like click it, but it ended up highlighting everything. One sec here. Then we got Robbie Josephs,
hi Robbie,
and we got Rob Saint,
Rob Saint,
and K Munin. Hey, K Munin,
Andreas,
and AG.
Aubrey.
Yeah, and we got. Well, I was gonna say hi to Collecto Six, but he's already here.
Okay.
Okay, and, and then we got Matt likes comics,
Big Matt,
and we got Lyle. Hi, Lyle.
Big Lyle,
Big Nasty.
everybody's big.
Everybody's big. I'm tiny
Big
though.
Alan,
I'm not big. I'm tiny. Okay, we got Chonko
Chunko,
and Lao.
Lau.
So hot without AC tonight. See, okay, Lao, you need AC. I just have to tell you. Okay. We got Kenny Numbers
Kenny.
and John Harrison, who's a new person to the
Hello,
channel.
John. Welcome
Yeah.
aboard.
Welcome aboard. And we got Crossbuck
Crossbuck,
and Mark's Issues with Archie.
Mark,
And and who else we got here? Oh, and we got Stevie D
hi Steve,
and Susie
good afternoon, Sue.
and John.
Hi Cosmic. Susan points out that Eastern Oregon is where the cattle ranchers are. We had the Cattlemen's
Okay.
Association in the Imperial Hotel, so we are very, very aware of the cattle industry. The Beef Council and the Cattlemen's Association was at the hotel.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. And wait. Oh my goodness, whole bunch of people. It's like I just missed everybody. Okay, we got splash pages
Hi Monty,
and Revolver.
Revolver.
Yeah, he received the package. By the way, he was the winner of the subscriber giveaway.
Ah
And then we
yes.
got Adrift. Then we got Nick.
Did you get Mike Pope? Did we get Alan? Someone's calling Alan. What do you bet? That's what happens if someone calls.
Somebody
Who
called.
called? Who called you?
It says likely spam. So that was a likely spam call.
Very
So
nice.
very
Mike,
nice.
don't forget Mike Pope.
Yeah, I'm getting there. Geek out with Roscoe.
Hi, Roscoe.
And wait, did I miss Mike Pope? Where's Mike Pope? No, I didn't get to Mike Pope yet. Oh, maybe I somehow I missed him. Okay, Mike Pope. Anyways, did I do Nick Webb's?
Now you have.
Okay, we got everybody. Okay, that's everybody. Whew.
And then there's Kenneth Bird.
Oh, really? I didn't see
Yep,
him.
right underneath Nick.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Kenneth. There we go, Kenneth. There you are. Okay, now I got everybody. At least I hope.
Yes, you
At least
did.
I hope.
You're
At
home
least I
free.
hope. Okay, so I have a hard. By the way, I have one last announcement. I have a hard cap that I have to end at 8 o'clock my time. So and the reason being, I'm going to go off and get an exercise thing for my son. It's his birthday tomorrow, so I'm going off on a
You couldn't have
journey.
done that earlier in the day.
No, I couldn't. So yeah, so it's just when I have to go get it, and it's a big
That's
present.
fine. Then we'll go quick. Let's go.
Yeah, yeah. And High Red Meadows. Okay, so now we're gonna get right into comics. We'll do two rounds, okay? But two quickish rounds, if that makes sense. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. First, I want to start. Stevie D sent me
Oh,
me.
nice, you got it. Okay, that's cool.
So here, I present to you me.
But the only thing is that he looks better. Oh, it's checking. It's checking. It's really cool.
He did a
He
really
puts like
good
a lot of
job.
he puts a lot of good
Hotel
details.
Paradiso, World War II, the big one. Good girl. He's got my lemon tree right over there, and all
Yeah,
the
your lemon
stuff I
tree.
put up on my wall. And you bet, this is a great hobby, guys, and I do say that. This is a
Yeah,
great hobby,
it
guys.
is really cool. Actually, I think
Look,
this is like the best, the best thing kind of gift you can get where you get this fan art. Yeah, I just think it's really cool.
ABZ Comics, how are you? I don't know if I've seen ABZ before. A
Yeah.
to Z.
Hi. So yeah, that's really cool.
I would like to point out I have Aaron Rad, Norin Rad comics and art. Aaron, there's the Joker, and there,
Oh,
of
okay.
course, is the Red Skull. Here is Alan's piece of original art from the Kickstarter, so people remember there actually was something at one point. And what I have here is I have one of the rarest Warren publications
Oh, you
there
got the
is,
Heidi.
which is Heidi Saha, and that's her. And they were friends with with Forrest Ackerman, her parents.
Forrest Ackerman and James Warren. Yeah.
Yeah, and so they were all very good friends, and she embraced Vampirella and Sheena and all these other things, and went to the before cosplay was really a big thing. She was a cosplayer, so that they did a magazine on her, and it's a very difficult thing to get. So, and I didn't think I was going to get it, but evidently the people that had them, something, give us a closer look. It's as close as you get. I am showing Pep Comics today.
I grabbed a few because you said you wanted to do Pep, so I grabbed a few as well. Okay.
Okay, and Pep Comics is MLJ.
Hmm.
MLJ are the three guys. Their first initials are their first names. Is the company which turned into Archie. But this is the first appearance of the Hangman. It also is the first appearance of the Comet, who dies in this issue as his brother, and that was the motivation of the Hangman to avenge him. And on the
Hmm.
back is a poster,
That's really cool. And who's
which is
that's
which is
Sterling,
Steel
right?
Sterling.
Yeah.
Next is Pep Comics number 19.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, we're giving you that pep.
And this one was before we were in the war.
Okay.
Um, and it's interesting the way they would do it: action, detective, adventure, all three of which are DC titles.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
how
yeah.
did they get Pep Comics action, detective, adventure? How did they do that?
I
Well,
don't
they
know.
just did it. And much to Alan's joy, this desk is still
Oh,
for sale.
wow. Yeah. I mean, I really would like to see like, like
What does
eBay
it look
listing.
like?
Yeah, what does it actually look like? What is this desk? I have a feeling it's cardboard. That's my guess.
This is Pep Comics number 31. This is from September of 1942.
Oh, okay.
And
That's
there's
cool.
Captain Nazi down below.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a frail in deep trouble.
Yeah.
And the Shield and the Hangman are taking on the Nazis.
And these are Irv Novak or who?
Novik. It would be
Novik.
Irv
Novik.
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 And it says here that the cover was by Warren King.
Oh, okay.
So it was a different artist.
Yeah, I
But it's
wasn't
that
sure.
same, and you can see that it's actually signed King right down at the bottom there.
Oh, okay. Because
But
similar
this,
style. That's why I was wondering. That's.
yes, same style. Everything is very frenetic and screaming and yelling and everything else.
Hmm.
The early Peps are really cool.
Oh wow, we got a guy from Scotland here.
Hootman! Well,
Job Lot Comics. Interesting. Okay,
thank you. Very nice. Nice to
I
see you.
see him.
Welcome aboard.
Hmm.
I don't have my skein due on me. I don't have to carry it in the house. Okay, I have
No.
here Pep Comics 35. This is from January of 1943. This one has a Harry Saul cover.
Oh, and the archivist asked, is Ernie Kovac writing the comics?
No, Ernie Kovac was not. I don't believe Ernie Kovac did. Let me see. I will look at the last one. Uh, Harry Lucy and Irv Novick art and story. So Lucy and Irving
Yeah. It's so
Novick, I
weird
should
that
say.
Harry Lucy was doing all these covers as well.
But they
You know,
have,
because
but they also had Paul Reinman,
mhm.
Alex Blum, Carl Hubbard, and Warren King, as well as Bob Montana. They had a really good, they
Yeah,
had a
it's a good
really,
group of
really
people.
good stable of artists. But anyway, but here's this one, and the Japanese are getting their fannies handed to them as they should. There's a gal lashed to the tank to keep them from being shot. For that, it's a Red Cross nurse in deep trouble.
Did he just get kicked in the middle? He looked like he get kicked in the balls or something. The guy in the
Uh,
like corner there.
yeah, he got Huang pretty good.
Yeah. Just the way he's bent over like that, it's sort of like what's going on there?
This is a Bob Montana cover, and it also has Bob Fujitani and others, Paul Ryman and Irv Novick on the inside as well. This is a bondage torture cover, but it's more than bondage torture. It's bondage torture execution
Oh
cover.
wow.
This is number
A little bit of
37
everything.
from March of 1943. And you will notice that these people are being executed as this cover,
Mhm.
as they're coming in to save them.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I remember you showing me that. I actually somebody else picked that one up too. Somebody else just recently picked that up. That they were like, oh, I just it's sort of
I
weird.
just went. So the other thing, one of the people that always got around, a very special guy who graced the pages, the covers of so many companies, and his name was Alex Schomburg, and this is an MLJ Pep cover by Alex Schomburg.
Now, did he? I don't think he did that many Pep or MLJ stuff.
This is the only one that I am aware of.
Yeah, I was,
And this is from April of 1943, and inside the book is a Hitler appearance.
oh wow.
But if you look at the soldiers down here, you can tell right away it's Schomburg. And
Yeah.
and this early in the war, it was more fighting the Nazis than it was the Japanese. Although they get theirs in the end too with Schomburg big time. Continuing with MLJ, and this is the last one. This is the last MLJ I have to show. I have others if necessary, but this is the last MLJ. They're hard to get, and they're spendy, and so it's just. And then if you only have we only have a finite amount of money, and I have been chasing Schomburg, and I've been chasing Matt Baker. I've been chasing various and assorted, and so you have to pick your battles. And so this and this is this all of these are are years and years and years and years worth. So it isn't like I just went out and bought a slew of them. This is sort of like whatever the nets would catch, and then I had money that I could do something about it. But anyway, but this one is really a cool cover. This is another Harry Saul cover. This is the Hangman Comics number 6 from the spring of 1943, inside which is both Hitler and Goering appearances.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why it's a 3.5, but I don't argue because it's a beautifully presenting book.
Yeah, it is quite nice. That is actually a classic one with the weird skull face guy getting smucked.
Ring the green skeleton guy by the neck. We got bondage there. For Roy, the it's is Roy the American boy or something? The Wonder Boy, Roy the Wonder Boy.
Yeah, it's Hangman. Yep. Hi, Atomic.
Hi, Atomic.
And Callie's here too. Hi, Callie. It's been a while.
Hi, Callie. So those are my peps.
Okay, so
And
I'll
now
switch over.
those are my MLJs. Now that's
And
not entirely. I have a lot of other MLJs that are Good Girl that are
mhm.
still MLJs. But as far as the because Archie was MLJ for a long time too, and I have quite a few Archie MLJs, but I went with the superhero stuff.
I'm going to show you my entire. Like, I don't have that many. I have this many Pep comics that are graded. That's my entire Pep comic collection, graded Pep comic collection. So you're going to get to see my whole entire collection in one episode. Isn't that awesome?
Fantastic.
So, but
We
it is
have
good stuff.
continuity.
Yeah, yeah. So it is good stuff though. But I have a lot of ungraded Pep. These are my graded Peps. Um, in fact, I'm just trying to figure out who the artist is. Covered by Bob White. This is Pep. This is a classic one, Pep 155. You're probably going to show this one too, right?
No, no, I'm not showing. That's I've shown my pep. I have other stuff I'll show
Oh,
to
okay. I thought you
Levin.
were going to show like non MLJ Pep, so that's why I was
No, no,
going
no.
to.
I'm not gonna. I'm not going I wasn't going to show any more peps per se. Although I can if you wish me to.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, we got only a certain amount of time, so okay.
That's right. That's why I'm not going to do it.
So yeah, this one's just a classic cover. It's like this cat lady one. This is actually a pretty pricey book, strangely, but it's just a great cover actually. It's got kind of that bit of horror element, but also good girl. I don't know, and
I
cat
don't know. I get a
feeling.
real Julie Newmar hit off that.
It's kind of sexy too, so it's kind of fun. And then next one is one of sort of innuendo cover. This is Pep 93 from 1952, and it's a Bob Montana cover. And it's like, Archie, I'm not paying you to kiss Veronica. No, Sid. No, sir, I'm doing this free of charge. See? Isn't that awesome? It's really
Boy,
cute.
he sure isn't a very good businessman.
Yeah, he should charge her, right? So yeah. So yeah, so that I like the kind of cute covers like that. Um, and then this one is Pep 62. This is the first appearance of Little Jinx, and that's why I picked it up. Actually, I was trying to find a copy, and then once I was like, I didn't really want to buy a green label. So this is a green label. It's missing page 7. Like, but I guess it doesn't affect stories, so it's okay. But it's just kind of annoying. And then afterwards, after I bought this, then another like a couple copies appeared, right? So it's like I can never win. I don't know why that is. It just drives me crazy. Um, but um, but this is the first appearance of Little Jinx. She had her own title for a little bit, and then I think she kind of became more adult, like as a character. And I think she was in the Sabrina stuff. So yeah, just kind of a cool one. And then my last Pep, and it's my biggest Pep, is the first Archie cover in Pep. So Archie #1 is actually the first full Archie cover. And then some other book, I think Zip Comics has like the first Archie on the cover. But this is the first Archie cover in Pep. And you got the Shield Wizard, the Shield, I should say, and then the Hangman on the cover as well. So yeah, but this is it's a really cool one. And it's also the other thing that's kind of cool about it is it's an infinity cover, and I collect infinity covers. So you'll notice all the people are like holding copies of Archie, like right there. You can see it as well. Try to zoom in. It's always hard to do this. Like there, can you see that?
Yeah.
So they're all holding copies of Archie. So it's like kind of a grailish infinity cover if you're gonna if I because it is a big one in terms of Archie. It's weird that Archie didn't. It wasn't until number 36 that Archie appeared on the cover. Considering, Archie Pep 22 is where Archie made his first appearance, and Archie was such a big character for Pep. I mean, he's the one that sort of it became. Went from being MLJ to being Archie comics because he was such a big influence on the company. And yet it took them 14 issues before they realized that he was, you know, uh, basically the hero here. Um, so yeah, so it's just a cool one. Um, this was one of the ones that was on my top 10 want list for 2025 as well. So that's my big one, my big reveal there. Um, I also brought actually what we'll do is I'll actually just show a few more books. I'm gonna show some really cool ones that I meant to show on Friday. These are the ones I actually wanted to show on Friday but didn't get a chance. Um, so I'm not sure if I showed this one before, but this is Daredevil.
Very cool.
It's cool because it's got like a gun inside the camera, and it's like they're trying to kill the starlet. So you
Very
got
nice. Very
yeah,
nice
yeah,
book.
yeah. I like it's kind of fun. And then here's another MLJ or slash Archie. This is Laugh Comics number 34. And it's a funny one because it's Archie and drag, um, which is kind of interesting. So yeah, so it's like he's being initiated and he has to dress up as a girl. So that's you know very interesting. Any of those kind of weird ones where the guy dresses as a girl back in the day were considered kind of collectible. Um, and then we got Crime and Punishment number 33. This is like just it's just a cool Charles Biro cover. Wasn't expensive. These are actually very affordable. If you want to get affordable, cool Golden Age, this is like $15. That's how affordable it is. Another title that's really affordable and does have some pretty cool covers in the later issues is Wings Comics. This is Wings, and it's just a really great Good Girl. I'm not really a big fan of Wings generally because most of the covers are just plains. But the ones with the good girls, I really do like. This looks like a Maurice Whitman based on the art style. And then we got another, probably Maurice Whitman as well. Another Wings, the girl climbing the mountain and the
Now, is that
planes.
Maurice Whitman or is that Bob Lubers?
It looks like Maurice Whitman. I'm pretty sure. I bet if anyone looked it up, I'm right. Probably. I can tell it just by the girl's face.
Hmm.
Just the way the lips are done, that's very Maurice Whitman.
Which Wings is it?
Wings number 109. And Maurice Whitman kind of did a lot of the later covers. So Lubers did the earlier ones, but like you know, Maurice Whitman did the later ones. If you look it up, 109 Wings. No, no, Lau. It's probably I can definitely okay. So look this up. Go to my comic shop or whatever and look it up. I bet you it's Maurice Whitman. I'm
Bob
100%.
Lubers.
Did this one?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I wouldn't kid you.
It really like her face looks
No, it's a
totally.
Bob Lubers face, my friend. That's all right. You're young. You'll figure it out one of
I
these
don't
days.
know. I don't know. I
Well, in
think
the
that
Grand Collector database, and I am wrong. And I don't know about the Grand Collector database, but I know I am. I know what I know. I am what I am, and that's all what
okay.
I am.
Okay. So that's but I thought it was Reese Whitman. It looks Reese Whitman to me. Okay. So usually like Lubers, it's more like leggy, like girls showing legs. But oh well. And then we got boy loves girl.
It's got the bar star aborted comic code.
Yeah. This like uh American Comic Magazine Publishers Association one. Yeah.
That looks very similar to an LB Cole cover I have with a guy by the fire, except
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
difference is there isn't the disgruntled ex-girlfriend or fiance
I
coming
feel
through
like
the
there
door.
should be there should be
A
some guy
face
with a
in the window.
shotgun.
Yeah, a
Yeah, a
face in
shotgun
the
in the window.
glass.
Yeah. Should be.
Crying.
Yeah. I actually like those kind of covers with the fireplace ones. You know. And then we got All True Romance. I'm going to show just this lot of comics, and once I get through it, then I'll let you go, and then we'll wrap up. Okay.
Okay.
But there's this is a really good lot. It's like I was really trying to show some pretty cool stuff on Friday. This is Air Fighter Comics #1. It's very first issue of a very long running series with that later became Airboy Comics. And this is kind of a key one because it's actually not the first appearance of Airboy. Um, Airboy appears in the second issue,
So
but
whatever happened? That is that the Black Commander on the
yeah,
cover?
yeah, this dude right here is the Black
What happened
Commander.
to him?
He sort of got pushed out of his own book. It became more about Airboy. I guess Airboy and Birdie and all that kind of stuff, and Valkyrie were much more interesting characters. So yeah, so I don't know, but definitely a cool cover though. They got the plane crashing and burning up.
They had
Kind
the
of
Black Angel though too, didn't they?
the Black Angel. I like the Black Angel as well. Black Angel also appeared in the second issue, so that's where she
Yeah,
made her first
I like
appearance.
the Black Angel and Airboy along with Valkyrie.
Valkyrie. I really like
It's
Valkyrie.
good stuff, and a lot of
Yeah.
Nazis getting shot up too.
Yeah, yeah, it's really cool stuff. And then we got some pre-code horror with Adventures into the Unknown. This is ACG, but it's one of the better ones with the hands reaching out to grab her, like this kind of weird moldy hand. So yeah, just a really cool
Does
one.
is Sean is asking, does
Yeah.
that have Airwolf, Black
So
Angel, or the Flying Dutchman?
so all of those characters that you just stated there are in Air Fighters Comics #2. All those characters. So
Do you have Air Fighters too?
yeah, I do. It's behind me somewhere. I have to dig it out, but it's behind me. So, but yeah, they make all of those characters make their first appearance in Air Fighters 2. So it's weird how like all the major characters for that title didn't appear until the second issue. So it's kind of interesting how that worked. And then we got some
Excuse
more.
me, Alan. I very much apologize. What
Mhm.
year is that? Was that book?
Which one? The Air Fighters?
Yes, one.
I think it's like 41. I think it's in that era. I'm gonna guess. I'm guessing. I have no idea, to tell you the truth. It doesn't say on the cover, so I have no idea. But I'm guessing like 1940.
Here, I'll look it up.
Okay, I will. Okay, Sean, I will show. I will find Air Fighters #2 after I let Steven take over, and I will show it at the end as my finale. Okay, but I do have it. We got Boy Comics. It's a pretty cool boy one, and
October of 1942,
42.
and the
Okay.
company is Hillman.
Yeah, Hillman Publications. Yeah. And then we got some more boy. This is a cool one, actually. They're going to get run over by a tank. They're all tied up. And you got Crime Buster coming in to save them. The colors aren't so great on this one. It's a little faded, um, but it is a cool one. This is Boy Comics #5. I think this is actually the second issue. It's either or third issue because it starts out at Boy Comics #3. I think is the first issue. Yeah. I have actually a pretty good run of boy comics. I have all the major ones actually, pretty not much. And then we got number Crime and Justice #20. Stuff. Interesting crime book. Not these are really inexpensive. Um and this one I thought was really cool. This is another one that kind of reminds me of the one with the girl with the lollipop.
Oh,
You know,
no, not
crime
with the
does not pay.
lollipop. You mean the guy with the ice cream cone?
Oh, ice cream cone. Yeah, I want to say the girl with the lollipop. The guy with the ice cream cone. Yes,
Same. It's the same idea for
same
sure.
idea. And this one is a baby with a machine gun. Isn't that cool? I just think that's awesome. It's like this is so Charles Byro. He's just he's very creative in terms of like over the top things. So yeah, so just a fun one. And oh, here actually there is a Pep in this lot that I was going to show. So we got Pep 82, and he's dreaming of. What does it say? Archie, I presume you're thinking about my question. What's the shortest distance between 2 points? And the answer is a kiss, I guess. That's kind of cute. Okay, now I'm going to show two big books, and then I'll switch back to you, and then I'll go find that air fighter one.
That's a
So these,
great book.
yeah. So I'll find the air fighter one.
Two.
You, uh, two. Yes, I meant, yeah, but okay. So these ones are actually kind of interesting. These are from Brazil. This is Yoguri. You have a Yoguri, the one with the baby, right?
Yeah, I do.
And they would have unique covers. Sometimes they would reprint other covers from like Saturday Evening Post or whatever it was. But this is a kind of a unique Mary Marvel cover. I just thought it was really interesting. These are pretty pricey to find, and they're really just incredibly rare. They're almost like the Canadian whites of Brazil kind of level. Um, so this is Oguri number 268. The really cool
There
witch
must have
and
been a find of some sort, Alan, because the Oguris now seem to be
popping up.
surfacing here, and I
Yeah,
think because some money was actually able to be made, but they are amazing inside because they have all these different companies that are
yeah, totally
my
not
my
related companies. Yeah.
I have my Oguri has a Batman story, a Bulletman story, a Timely story.
Well, you'll
I
see
mean, it's
that
just
with
plus local
okay.
stuff too.
So this is Fawcett, right? This is Oguri, but a Fawcett cover. The next one is Blonde Phantom,
Wow, that's a beauty.
and isn't this a really cool cover, by the
That
way?
is a gorgeous. But was that from Yaniv?
Yeah, this is from
I
Unique.
can
These are
believe that. I've seen
yeah.
that cover before and I wanted it.
Mhm.
Congratulations. That is
Yeah, it's a
beautiful.
big book. It's I actually got it fairly cheaply because it's missing a centerfold. It's an incomplete copy. But it the cover is actually really, really solid. And you know, this book in like a 1.0 or 2 range is like a $500 book. I got it for a couple $100. So, it was still expensive.
That cover is
It's
just
all about the cover for
amazing.
me on this one. But as I said, this is Blonde Phantom, which is Marvel, right?
Yes.
So we went from Fawcett to Marvel basically. Uh, they were all over the place in terms of they just printed whatever they wanted, I think.
Well, no, but I think they what it was they had the rights
Sure, sure,
down
sure.
there to those
And
and the it was a way for them to for the companies to make some money so that
mhm.
they could actually have because in Canada they Superior I mean they had stuff they were
Yeah, same
printing
thing. Yeah, yeah. They were
American
doing.
stuff too. They had the
Yeah.
rights to it.
Here, one second. I'm just going to do something. I'm going to show you the insides. Let's see what the insides are like. Okay, it even has like Hopalong Cassidy on the back. Like
See, I
totally
mean it
not
covers
just
and Hopalong I can't remember if he was a
I forgot
uh,
what he was with, but yeah,
I can't
Hopalong
remember who
Cassidy.
Hoppy
Yeah.
was with.
But so just so people know, it's like a black and white interior, and they'd have like it, as I said, very similar to the Canadian whites in a way. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
No, mine are printed in black and white also.
yeah.
But actually, there is a little bit of color. They'll
I
have
mean,
like
this
some
is
of the local ones.
Frankenstein. Look, this is Prize Comics.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like it's all oh, actually some color.
Which story is that that has the color?
I don't know. We'll find. I'll find out. It's the one with it's Mr. Pinky, Pinky and Scarlet, I
No,
think.
It's Mr. Scarlet.
Yeah, I know, but it's Mr. Scarlet and Mr. Pinky.
No,
See?
and Pinky.
Oh, okay, and Pinky. I thought it was Mr. Pinky and Scarlet. See, I'm just
No,
reading it.
Mr. Scarlet. I think that's Fawcett.
Yeah, so Scarlet is his sidekick was Pinky. Actually, I have the
Yes,
first appearance of Pinky, believe it or not. Um,
not.
I do. I do. I think I was just saying.
Monty
Okay,
says you should be wearing white gloves right now. What's wrong with you?
no, and this is the Blonde Phantom story here.
Is it a telescope ad?
Uh, yeah, no, no, it isn't. I don't know what this is. It looks like some kind of alcohol or something.
Well, he's looking through a telescope of some
Yeah, but
sort.
what's this liquid thing in the corner?
Maybe it's suntan lotion.
Oh, I don't know what it is. Wait. I my Portuguese is terrible. So yeah. But the got some cool stuff here. Okay.
They are just amazing time capsules, and you can see
I see
sometimes you
another
see the
color story.
remainders. You see the remainder on the edges. Like they'll have a kind of a rough edge where they went all the way to the end of the paper. They didn't waste anything.
Yeah. No, it's pretty
Splash
cool.
page says it's tonic water.
Tonic water. See, I said it was the water. You were like, I was right on that one at least. I got
You're
one
always
right
right,
today.
Alan. You're
No,
absolutely
I was
right.
wrong about Maurice Whitman thing. I was so sure about that too. That's so sad. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to you, and then I'll.
Okay,
We only have. I really do have a hard stop at.
I know. We've got 15 minutes left,
Yep. So
so I've no
clock is
shilly
ticking.
shallying, no dilly dallying.
No, I'm cutting down all the lemon trees.
I'm not planting any, and I'm not harvesting any.
Okay, I'm just joking.
Here is a pep comic.
One sec. I'm gonna be making noise, so I'm gonna turn my.
Okay, so this is from July of 1950. Archie Publications. It's pep. Nice solid construction. Hey Archie, and you'll notice that what Betty and that would have been a sexy garb in 1950. The longer skirt, but nice and tight at the waist. That's the way it was. And if you look up there at the trade dress, Archie still looks like a bunny. You see what I mean with the buck teeth and all that? So the difference between Archie and Wilbur, which Wilbur came first, had the same three people thing with two girls after him. And then it's the same thing with Archie and Betty and Veronica. But
Yeah.
the thing was that Wilbur did not resonate like Archie did because Archie's such a goofball. They said, well, how can that goofball guy get the girls? But he
Well, he
does. And
gives
that was
hope
the
for all
charm.
men. He gives hope for everybody because if he can get a girl, those two hot girls, we can too, right?
That's the dream.
That's the
America's
dream.
top teenager is what it says in Pep, and on Archie it was like mirth of a nation.
Yeah, mirth of a nation. Yeah.
They had different handles for that. And this is from actually the more it's. I was talking with Alan about this. See this date stamp, Alan?
Oh yes. Yeah,
May
you were explaining
29th
the
in
number of. Yeah.
AM. See?
Yeah, I get it now.
That was what I was telling you about.
And the last digit is the number of copies they would have gotten that time, right?
On that one, 11, 1, and then 5. It was November 1st, but then there were 5 issues.
Yeah.
And that way, then at the end, when he would look at how many did I get of these, and then you could tell how many they sold.
Yeah,
It was a quick,
it's a good system. Yeah.
well, it was easy and quick. And
Okay.
they had a lot of stuff they had to do. Here is another pep. This one, I just liked it a lot. And I just, for whatever reason, um, here is, this is PEP 107. And this is from January of 1955. Wow, some outfit.
Oh.
I bought it for the prom tonight. I just can't wait to see the expression on Betty's face when she sees my new exclusive formal. And of course, they both have the same dress. And then Art there, she's saying, we're heading home. I don't see why you're sore. Reggie and I were wearing the same thing too.
Were
And
wearing.
on the back is an enormous full-page color ad for Baby Ruth candy bars.
Oh wow.
And this is when Baby Ruth was made by the Curtis Candy Company. And the guy that started the company, and they used to give him credit, his name was Otto Schnaring,
Hmm.
founder. And they used, during the war, they used Baby Ruth. They were trying to sell as many Baby Ruths as they could. And what they would do is they would say, make Baby Ruth cookies. And then they show all of these ads where these soldiers come back and the girl is pretty, but all they want to do is eat the cookies. It's that kind of a thing.
Hmm.
But
So,
this
by
is
the way,
the
they still sell Baby Ruth, right?
oh yes, they still do, but it's but Curtis is long gone. It was Curtis. Um, uh, So, but that was that.
Okay.
And you'll see the way the trade dress works here is they have all this. It's quite cluttered. Katie Keene, Little Jinx, Hole in One, Strife with Father, an Archie magazine, because now Pep is an Archie magazine. This one is a rare one. Thanks, Callie. This is a very rare book, hard to get, and it's a really, really cool Harry Lucy cover. Harry Lucy is my favorite artist for Betty and Veronica. I love Harry Lucy,
Hmm.
and this one here
Oh
um,
yes.
is a very difficult book to find. I think this may be the only one that's on the census.
Oh
It's
really?
just for some reason, and it's from the vintage where they have the border down the side. I have a lot of raw copies, but I'm not gonna. We don't have time for that today. This is from April of 1959, and says, how come the boys nicknamed Denise Snake Hill? And
Oh my
Archie
goodness.
says, plenty of curves.
Wow. That's a that's an interesting one.
Isn't that fun? I love this cover.
Yeah, it's a good one. It is a good
Harry
one.
Lucy, I mean, the way he draws,
He
it's
always gives them
minimalist,
that cutesy eye thing. They always have the big eyes.
the really good, and then he has the zipatone dress. You see, where it was just
Yeah,
all the dots. He would do zipatone dresses for for various characters.
and the very hourglass bodies too.
Here's the Saint,
Oh, very
number
nice.
two,
Is that Elmer?
Alan Ulmer.
Ulmer. Ulmer.
Yeah,
I meant Ulmer. Yeah.
Al Ulmer, but it's Alan Ulmer,
Yeah.
and I don't see his signature, but this is a great. The Saint
Yes.
is a
And
really the Saint number one is a great one. That's a Jack Kamen cover.
I always like those ones where there's that reflection in the mirror, and then
Oh yeah,
you get the full scene because you get the reflection.
you bet. I'm going quick. Here is the Shadow. Here's the Shadow,
Oh,
Volume
that's a
3, Number
really
12.
classic one.
And this is Thade, who is a bad cat.
That is actually a pretty big book. It's like yeah, that's a very desired one. It's very nice.
I'll just show one more.
Okay.
Here is the Spirit,
Oh, cool.
number 20. Of the three, there's this Cossack gal with the hat.
Hmm.
There's Skinny, that's the blue one, that is the
That's
big
the
one.
Grail. That's the Grail. Yeah.
And then there's the one with the nurse that's holding the soldier.
No, this is the nurse one.
No, this she's not a nurse.
Isn't she a nurse?
No, she's armed. She's tied him up and she's robbing them.
I always felt like she was a
She's a
nurse. I thought.
white Russian.
Oh,
See
okay.
the hat? She's a white Russian.
Okay, I always thought that was a nurse. Okay. So the other
Okay,
one's the
so
nurse. That's
the
weird.
other one is the nurse where she's holding
Yeah,
embracing
but she's
the
wearing a
poor
blue
soldier.
dress.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Okay, Alan, do it.
Okay. So wow. Okay. I made you rush a bit much, but okay. So yeah. So I'll show the air boy's first appearance. So it's in one of these crazy big magazine slabs, but we got here. One sec. I'll zoom in. So you got Skywolf, Iron Ace, Black Angel, and the Flying Dutchman, and then also Airboy as well. And it says, "Who is Airboy?" And it's just a really cool cover with this Japanese guy, blood squirting out of his mouth, and you got Birdie and Airboy in the background there.
It's a great story.
Yeah. So so yeah, so this is the first appearance of all those characters. Um, and yeah, so this is kind of like the big book for the series. The other one that's really big is Volume 2, Number 2, which is the first appearance of Valkyrie. And you
I
have a high
agree.
grade copy of that, right?
I have a presentable copy. I think it's a 3.5 or a 4. It's a
Yeah.
really, really tough book.
Yeah. The other one that's big is the first heap. So I
Yes.
yeah. So I have all the grails for Airboy.
Now, Alan, it's you. We've got 5 minutes to go. I want you
Yeah.
to be able to wrap up so that you can get your
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
for
yeah.
your son.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, so my son is turning 16 tomorrow. So it's a really, really big deal. It's like the
Now, in Canada, do they get their driver's licenses at 16?
yes, they do.
Does he have a
So
learner's
Canada won't be
permit?
safe anymore after this.
Does
After this.
do you guys have learner's permits at 15?
No, 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 no. So the way it
That's what
works
we
is
had in Oregon.
no, the way it works here is you do your paper test, right? You can
Yeah.
get that when you're 16,
Hmm.
and then you can immediately start driving with somebody else in the car, right? Where you get some.
Don't you have a driving test that you have to
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
perform?
My point is you can drive like that, right? But you can't drive, you always have to be with somebody, right? And you get the experience, and then you go for your driving test, and then you get
Okay.
your license. And then
All right.
there's two tests that you have to take. One is the road, and then there's double tests. But
Fair enough.
so yeah, so the roads won't be safe in Canada anymore. The country will collapse at this point. This is the final, death nail into Canada is my son getting his driver's license. So
I think it'll be fine.
we'll somehow survive it.
Well,
Um,
listen, congratulations on your son for turning 16, and now go and be a good daddy.
and yes, you can marry your cousin. Yes. So
Matt
that's
said, Matt
Matt said.
said,
Matt said, we're
first
taking
cousins, that's
legal
all right. You marrying them all the time.
we're taking legal advice from Matt. Okay, so
And,
yeah,
Jerry Lee Lewis believed it, and he was in the United States.
he should have came to Canada.
He should have come to Canada.
Yeah. So yeah, so okay. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks to the new
And
guys coming in. Thank you
and
for
thanks to
coming
all the new
aboard.
people. There was like 4 or 5 new
It's a
people. I
pleasure
thought it
to
was
have
good.
you all here.
Yep. Okay. Bye guys.
Bye, guys.